welcome everybody. Welcome everyone. So I'm Jessica Q, and as Denise announced, we are your moderators for today, which is the official launch of HERizon Africa. So we're very excited for today. It feels like a very special moment. HERizon Africa is representing something many of us have been waiting for quite some time. This is a space to connect women across the continent and across the diaspora as well. So we can come together with intention. So, Denise, what do you think? Let's introduce ourselves and then we'll jump in because we definitely have a very exciting call today where we'll be talking about the vision behind HERizon Africa. We'll be highlighting the leaders. We'll be talking about any reflections from our communities, and we'll be sharing a sense of what this movement will unfold in the future. So, Denise, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Lovely. Thank you so much, Jess. Nice to, meet you virtually. And to each person on the call, very excited. My name is Denise Chazira. I am a social impact leader based in Kampala, Uganda. I am passionate about mentorship, people building, soft skills, personal development, personal branding. I am a LinkedIn coach, and at the moment, I'm serving at Tunga Academy as the Chief Operations Officer, where we, kind of sell employability to different organizations. We preach technical and soft skills for young people, really. I'm excited to be here, part of the, anything women empowerment, anything women growth related. I am available, sign me up. So I know that this launch and as future events go on for HERizon, it's going to be amazing. So welcome. Tell a lady to join this. You do not want to miss. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Denise. A brilliant woman. I love that. So well accomplished as well. I think our chat is open. If I'm not mistaken, please let me know, Denise, if it isn't, because I'd love to also hear some small intros or some interaction from our.
Yes, our chat is open.
Superb. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you all. So a little about my work. It sits in the intersection of people, purpose, and impact. I'm the founder of Osei Collective. This is an organization that aims to advance the dignified livelihoods and the economic inclusion as well for entrepreneurs with disabilities across Ghana. I'm currently based in Ghana, and I have about 13 years experience in the people and culture space, which has taken me from the UK, Canada, the UAE, now right here. So I'm really, really excited to jump in today. So I think we can go ahead and start talking about our first speaker. Is that right? Or do we have any words from anyone else? Denise, let me know if I'm on track here.
Okay, we have a poll, a question for the ladies to answer, then we shall move on to our guest speaker.
Thank you.
Let me just going to be shared on the screen.
All right, I think I see it.
Yes.
So I think the gender parity poll is up on the screen. The question is, according to the 2025 Gender Parity Index, WEF, approximately how long will it take to achieve full global parity? So you have four options there, 10 years, 40 years, 70 years, or 123 years, which is shocking. So I think it will be good to hear from all of you. I'm going to go ahead and put in my choice now. Thank you so much. I think some of you have been wise enough to use the Q&A section for the chat. It seems the chat is not there, but we can still communicate via the Q&A. Okay, I think we can close the poll now. So, Denise, what were your thoughts? What do you think some of our audience came back with on those poll choices? They were pretty shocking.
The 123 years is a bit extreme. I'm
Yeah.
looking at my answers would be around 10 or 40 years.
Okay. Do we have the... Okay, here we go. So it seems like 43% of us have gone with 70 years and 29% have gone with 40 years, which is, I mean, just shocking to even think about, to be honest with you. And 14% have gone with 10 years, which is the least. And officially,
Wow, the 123 years.
123 years.
Oh, well, yes, Jess.
Okay. Shocking, and I think a good reason to be here today. I think you would agree.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so shall we now go ahead and take it over to a keynote introduction from the amazing Dr. Kalkidan. So to start us off, I want to introduce, it is my great honor to introduce Dr. Kalkidan, who is an ecologist and a conservation biologist whose work spans climate, gender, livelihoods, and leadership across Africa. She has held roles from country director to policy advisor. And so her insight today is going to help really anchor us to the bigger purpose of this movement. Dr. Kalkidan, we're honored to have you. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
And can you see me again?
We can see your beautiful face. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I had some engagement, the meeting. Then, since my home is far from the hotel, it would be better to stay until I finish the meeting. That's why. So thank you so much. It's a great honor to be here to give my insights. The long-awaited launching is already over. We have been talking about this HERizon Africa launching for so long. Today it's time, and I'm excited for that. And I would like to thank the organizer of HERizon, Miss Gifty and her team, and the people who are working with her, the chapter lead, everyone that's really contributing for the success of this HERizon Africa launching program. So you already introduced me well. Just to give some briefing about myself, this is Kalkidam from Ethiopia. For the last 15 plus years, I have been working in different sectors. I was in education, I was in environment, in gender, climate, so many issues. I have multiple hats, but women empowerment is really my passion. And we need to see women at the top because we have a lot to do, especially the ladies. We are a bit far, we go far on education. We are responsible to uplift the coming generations through different programs. I think HERizon Africa is one of the network that can bring excellent women on board and working as a role modeling. And in the meantime, try to inspire and change the storytelling that is already distorted and written by the people who are not really into it. Now it's time for us to write our story. Now it's time for us to change the narration and to change the perspective of the society. This is what I can say in general. So let me come to just my keynote speech. My speech is mainly focusing on rewriting Africa's story through women leadership and collaboration. and I can try to show the global perspective on women's achievement and sustainable leadership. So, distinguished guests, my sisters, my brothers, the leaders and the change makers. I think I can say good evening here it's 7, maybe in your area it's in the afternoon. So I can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time zone. Today we gather not only to launch the HERizon Africa, but to proclaim something deeper than Africa's next chapter will be written by a woman who lead with courage, collaborate with purpose, and carry the continent forward with sustainable vision. For too long, Africa's story was written about us, but not with us. It was written in headlines of crisis, not in stories of resilience. It was written in reports of scarcity, not in records of creativity. And it was written through the voice of others, not through the voice of African women. But today, this moment, this room, this movement is evident that the story is being rewritten. The first part, what we can do is that we need to reframe the African narrative. Africa is not the continent waiting to be rescued. Rather, Africa is a continent ready to rise, and African women are the center of that rise. We are the innovators driving the climate solutions. We are the entrepreneurs building the new markets. We are the peace builders healing the generations. We are the policymakers designing inclusive futures. We are the storytellers reshaping identities. And we are rewriting the narrative by transforming the power from exclusion to inclusion, from silence to voice, from survival to leadership. The world often portrays African women as vulnerable, yet we are the backbone of families, economies, and nations. We are not simply participating in Africa's development. We are leading its transformation. As we know, women leadership as a force for transformation. Across the continent, we see a pattern when women lead, communities stabilize, economies grow, and sustainability become possible. This is not the theory, this is evidence. From women-led climate movements in the Horn of Africa to women driving peace negotiations in the West Africa to the women transforming digital entrepreneurship in South and East Africa. We are not leading with dominance. We are leading with collaboration, compassion, and courage. African women, we lead differently. We lead with a sense of community. We lead with a long-term vision. We lead with an understanding that power is not about control. It's all about contribution. And that's why our leadership is sustainable. Because sustainability is not only about the environment, it's all about the values, it's all about how we treat people, how we govern, how we build systems that last beyond us. Women leadership is not an alternative model, it is the future leadership. In this case, we can mention the power of collaboration. When the women gather, the system shifts. That's why we are here. Today, HERizon Africa symbolizes something powerful, a continental sisterhood, not a symbolic sisterhood, but a strategic one. And when women collaborate, the gap closes. When women collaborate, the resources multiply. When the women collaborate, innovation accelerates. When the women collaborate, the barriers fall. Across Africa, collaboration has always been our strength. In our communities, women water each other's streams. In our economies, women form cooperatives to rise together. In our families, women create resilience even in the hardest time. Ubuntu, and because we are, is not only the philosophy, it's our leadership model. And in our collaboration must now cross border, across the region, across the sector, and across the generation. Let the young women bring fresh innovation. Let the elders bring wisdom. Let the policymakers bring structure. Let the activists bring the courage. Let the private sector bring investment. Let the diaspora bring the network. Together, I am telling you, we become unstoppable. Let me share you some global perspective on women's advancement. When we look across the world, the struggle for women advancement is universal wherever you go, but the context is different, and Africa has unique contribution to make. Globally, we are still underrepresented in leadership. Globally, women still earn less. Globally, women's work remains undervalued, and globally, women still confront violence and discriminatory systems. But Africa brings something powerful to this global conversation, a lived experience of resilient, community-driven leadership and innovation born from constraints. As we know, Africa is the youngest continent and its women and youth are its greatest assets. We bring fresh models of sustainable leadership that the world can learn from: community-rooted development, climate-conscious innovation, peace-centered governance, intergenerational leadership transition. The world is recognizing that Africa is not behind. Africa is ahead in ways that matter most for the future, especially in the climate leadership, digital transformation, and social entrepreneurship. African women are setting the global space. So we are no longer consumers of global solutions. Rather, we are the creators. Coming to the sustainable leadership, the Africa we are building, sustainable leadership is more than a buzzword. It's a commitment to long-term, inclusive, ethical, and responsible decision making. African women lead sustainably because we lead with the understanding that when the woman rises, she lifts a family. When a family rises, a community transforms. When a community transforms, a nation moves forward. So our leadership hold the power to reshape the system, the education system that empower, economy that include, agriculture that adapt, the community that thrive, and the governance that is accountable. And in the era of climate change, sustainable leadership is not optional for Africa. It's essential for our survival. As a climate advocate, I have seen firsthand that women are the front lines, collecting water during the droughts, leading adaptation in the rural communities, restoring the ecosystem, innovating clean energy solutions. Women understand sustainability because we live it. For us, sustainability is personal. It is a lived experience. It is generational responsibility. So coming to rewriting the story, a call to action. So today, I call on all of us, women, men, youth, partners, policymakers, and global allies. Let us write Africa's story together. Let us build a continent where every girl grows up knowing leadership is her birthright, not her battle. Every woman's idea is funded, not questioned. Every voice is heard, not silenced. Every collaboration creates a ripple of change. Every leadership table has a woman at the center, not at the margin. Let us refuse to accept narratives that shrink us. Let us disrupt the systems that exclude us. Let us change the norms that limit us. Let us create new possibilities that empower us. Because we are not asking for a seat at the table, we are building a new table with a room for all of us. Africa's future will be green. Africa's, will, Africa's future will be inclusive. Africa's future will be innovative. Africa's future will be women-led. And when the world reads Africa's next chapter, let them see what we see: a continent rising through women who lead through, women who collaborate, and through women who are rewriting history with courage, their brilliance, and their unshakable hope. Thank you and welcome to the new HERizon for Africa. Together we can. This is to mention what I have inside my heart. So congratulations for launching this big initiative and movement. Together we can bring this initiative to the next level. I trust in that. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you, organizer, for giving such opportunity. Thank you.
And thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Kalkidan, for that powerful message. Just what we needed to hear. And like you said, through the voice of African women, the story is being rewritten and we're reclaiming that narrative. So thank you. We're ready to rise. Okay, it is now our honor for Denise and I to introduce to you a woman whose work truly embodies that rise. Gifty B. Annan. Gifty is the co-founder and the CEO of WestlionCo, a pan-African social enterprise who is championing women-led ventures on a daily basis. She is a youth leadership expert as well across the continent. She has spent years shaping the landscape of women's leadership in Africa. Not only is she driving bold initiatives, she's building platforms that actually move the continent forward. So her vision, her voice, and her continued commitment to women's advancement are a big part of why HERizon Africa exists today. So Gifty, we're really excited to hear from you.
Oh goodness, can everybody see me at this time? Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, and it means that you can hear my voice as well?
Yes.
Great, thank you so much. That was a beautiful keynote address, Dr. Kalkidan. Thank you so much. And Jessica, thank you for that introduction. I want to say officially welcome to every one of you. I was actually I was looking at the post that we had earlier, and I was quite, I was just excited looking at people choose certain answers based on what they are actually thinking could be the answer. But along the line in my presentation, I'm going to tell you exactly what the answer is. I heard Jessica and Denise saying that 123 years is actually a bit too much to be the number of years that approximately the World Bank has come to conclusion with, that is going to be the number of years that we will have to use to close the gender gap. But let me shock you that the polls that we took let me check the polls. I actually took the final results we had. I want to address as per the percentages of our polling. And so we had about 17% of our participants at the time of the poll saying that they believe that we have about 10 years to close the gender parity gap. We had another 17% saying 40 years. And then we had 50% of our participants at the time. Of course, a few people have joined after the polls were taken right from the beginning. And we have 50% who are saying that they are thinking that we need about 70 years. Then we had 17% who actually voted for 123 years. And I'm just wondering whether it was a guesswork or those who chose the 17. For most of the people who chose the 10, 40, the 70, I know it was a guesswork because you obviously do not really know the numbers and the percentages. For those who chose the 123 years, that is actually the right answer. According to the World Economic Forum 2025 gender parity research, the reports that came out, it's going to take us about 123 years to close the gender parity gap if we go at the pace we are actually taking now. Last year in 2024, when you read the report that came out from the World Economic Forum, it was about 133 years. And so it means that there's been quite a bit of shakeup within the respective sectors and industries. And mostly they do these reporting and research, and based on 4 key dimensions. They look at the economic participation, they look at political leadership, they look at health, and then of course, I think there's a last one they look at as well. And so the answer that you are actually supposed to choose is 123 years. And as we go through this very large. I want you to have that at the back of your mind. If you are a woman here, I mean, kudos to all the men who have joined us at this point. Thank you for being so supportive, and thank you for being there for the women and knowing that, of course, you have a role to play as far as elevating and accelerating the female economy is concerned. Kindly pardon me, if you would permit, I want to share my presentation with you all. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay. I want to say bye. Jessica.
Yes.
Is my screen okay,
The screen?
Denise?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. I wanted to make sure it's like taking the whole screen, so if it's fine. Okay. So of course, officially you're welcome to the launch of HERizon Africa. And right from the poll that we took and the answers that we gave and the correct answer that we have been given, we can all tell that there is work to do. And so mostly when I hear people say, what is with all these women stuff, I just understand that they haven't read a lot. They really do not understand what the numbers are, and they do not understand where we stand at this moment in time. I would say that, of course, we have come a long way as far as accelerating women is concerned. We have come a long way. And I'm trying to, okay, I would have to move it this way. Let me bring it this way. Okay, so, okay, even before I go here, at the bottom of this flyer or the screen, you can see powered by WestlionCo. Most of you have known me to be the co-founder and CEO of WestlionCo. So it's only in line that I inform you that HERizon Africa is not something different. It's just an initiative that is being powered by WestlionCo. So WestlionCo officially is a Pan-African social enterprise that is particularly focused on women-led ventures and youth centered development. And so every single thing that has to do with women under WestlionCo has currently been pushed under what we call the HERizon Africa. I hope that that brings everything to clarity. Now I'm going to move to the next thing. I do not know how many of you have ever heard this phrase before, the leaky pipeline. Now I'm going to add this bit of explanation to the first poll that we did, just to let you understand why it is important that initiatives like HERizon be taken very seriously. And when it is launched, it will need all the support. All right. And so the leaky pipeline basically is a metaphor that is used to describe the diminishing percentages of women along the lines of the career chain, or when we are climbing the ladder, right? If you have ever heard of the word called, or the phrase called vertical segregation, now this is actually what it means. At the base of this pyramid, so that let me just put it this way, that the career trajectory of a woman is like this. So I want you to have this in mind. The pyramid you are seeing, the career trajectory of a woman looks exactly like this. Right at the base, where we have the entry-level non-management roles. These are barely starting in their industries, whether entrepreneurs, whether engineers, it doesn't matter. It cuts across sectors, whether they are within the political fields or they are in medicine or whatever. Right at the base, you get to see a plethora of women. We are so many. Sometimes we even outnumber the men. Okay, I remember way back in 2006 when in Ghana we launched the campaign Send Your Girl Child to School. And these were some of the campaigns that actually pushed most of us where we are, today, that we can stand here and even address an audience, right? And so women have gone to school, women have done things. And right at the base, just the entry level, you see a lot of women there. Now you go a bit further to the middle level management and you begin to see what we call the shrink. Now, when it begins to shrink, what happens is that the numbers we had at the base, it reduces. Then when you move to top management, the C-suites, you have an even lesser number. Now, in between the top management and the middle management is what we call the leaky pipeline. It's what we call the leaky period. Now, at that period, you realize that a lot of women are looking for an escape. They are trying to juggle a lot of things, families coming in. Maybe these will be the women in their mid-30s, going to their 40s, societal pressure. You haven't married, you do not have kids. Some of them even have kids, but they feel the guilt of the fact that they are not able to give in their all. And so they begin to leak through the pipeline. And so before they get to the board level, or even from middle management to the top management, you realize that these women begin to shrink even further. The numbers reduces drastically. By the time we are hitting the board level, there are virtually no women in the room, even to give positions to. And for those there, sometimes the bottleneck systems, certain things as well, also can stand in their way. Now, even after this lunch, I would want you to have this pyramid in mind. What it means to say something is a leaky pipeline, and what it means to really paint a picture of what the career trajectory of a woman is. Now, let me come to who we are, even as an organization, who we are as a movement. What is HERizon Africa? You can see a lot of English here, but I'll summarize it. HERizon Africa is basically a Pan-African community of women, or a Pan-African community that connects women, brings women together to learn and to lead. And so here, you see that we say a Pan-African community connecting multi-sector women across the continent and its diaspora. What it means is that it doesn't matter where you find yourself, which industry you are in. It doesn't matter whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you are in the medical field, whether you're an engineer, no matter the sector you find yourself in, is multi-sectored, right? And why are we coming together? Number one, we're here to lead change. I would always say that, you see, the gap and the numbers we saw from the beginning, 123 years. What it means is that if you and I do not step forward to be able to help reshape the systems through data accountability and policy enhancement, what will happen is that these numbers are not going to change. And so I need you to understand that every single step you take forward has what it takes to reduce the 123 years you saw earlier as the gender parity gap that needs to be closed, and a number of years. Now let's move on. What is our vision? Our vision states clearly, we hope to build an Africa, and this is what we want to see. We want to see an inclusive Africa. When we say inclusive in every sense of the word, where women's essence, and when I say women's essence, it encompasses everything a woman is made of. Her leadership, her softness, her resilience, every other thing that comes together to make a woman is a woman's essence. And so we are saying that the woman's skills, everything should be able to reshape economies, rewire entrenched and inequitable systems. Because of course, as we can tell, matter of fact, people like our Global Advisory Council members can even speak better to this. They know the system. They have actually broken many glass ceilings. You see Ohenewa on the line, she's going to speak in a bit. You see Dr. Kaukedan has already spoken. Ariel is not going to be here, but she has sent a video to be played. These women have constantly broken glass ceilings, opened doors for people like us to walk through. And these were entrenched systems, and they have fought through it. And we are saying that more women would have to push through. And at the end of the day, what we are trying to say is that we're going to accelerate sustainable future for all. The reason why we do not say sustainable future for only women is because the thing about women is that anytime a woman is elevated, this is not about diction and language. This is true. Anytime a woman is elevated, every other part of society is accelerated as well. And so it becomes not just a benefit for the female gender, the female economy, but for everyone that is part of it. We raise better men, we raise better sons, we raise better children. It encompasses everything. And our mission, we're actually created with a bold mission to champion women-led possibilities, drive data-informed equity, and accelerate impact for women. Now, the truth is, these are the 3 words that you can associate HERizon Africa with. Number 1, continental synergy. Number 2, data-driven equity. And number 3, women-led possibilities. These are the 3 basic things that define who we are. Now you're asking yourself, what are the benefits of this? What are the objectives of this network? Why are we here? If you haven't still gotten it through the many things that I've said, through the things that Dr. Kaukedan has said, let me give you a more clearer objective. Now, what we are doing is that we are investing in women's leadership development in Africa. With the gender parity reports that I mentioned earlier, the 2025 report that came, I'm just excited that we got to have the report before we had this lunch, because it gives us the opportunity to see what the realities on the ground looks like. If you look at the report, from the various angles that the report was taking, economic opportunities, talk about political leadership and all that, you realize that the most lacking sector is political leadership. And it's scoring so poor across the continent that I remember having a conversation with one lady in Botswana just last week, and she was telling me, Sedilami, and she was telling me that currently one of the major concerns in Botswana is the fact that the numbers of women within the political sphere keeps diminishing. And so she was like, this is something we can actually put a project together for. This is a country-specific need. And even if you're here and you're not from Botswana, it's something that it's actually basically in our faces. Leadership and women in leadership is quite lacking. We have some women getting in, yet there's still a lot of work to do. Galvanizing the legacy and narratives of African women. The stories of our women. There's more stories that go untold. Some of our women are passing on without stories being told. These are stories that are going to be passed on to the next generation, strengthen our feeble knees to even do better work. And that is why HERizon is here to ensure that the stories and the legacies of African women remain intact and gets to be passed on to the next generation. Closing the gender gap through data, accountability, and policy advocacy. My excitement about HERizon Africa is the fact that we are not just shouting. We're not here to just do, hey, we had this, we had that. Our work is going to be rooted in core data. What are the numbers? What are the percentages? What is the data saying in which specific country? What specific projects and programs does Uganda need? What specific target programs does Morocco need? Ghana need, Nigeria need. That's what we're looking at, because we're going to be rooted in data. And that is why I'm so excited about HERizon Africa. Now, accountability, policy advocacy, of course, we know that a lot of things rises and falls on the laps of policies. And so, of course, we're going to be part of the voices that are going to navigate the political space as we push for the policies that help women accelerate faster than we are doing now. And the fourth one is merit-based funding for women-led initiatives. Now, as a Pan-African community, one of the things that we are going to do is to, but the key word here is merit-based, and I want you to take it into consideration. It's not every idea that is going to be funded and all that, but if the idea is merit-based, and we come to a conclusion that this woman-led initiative needs support, then it's something that HERizon Africa is going to step in. We're going to be collaborating with Pan-African investors and global investors to ensure that women across the continent get their share of the cake. And then mentoring Africa's future women leaders across sectors, not just leaders in politics, women across, whichever sector you find yourself in. That is why HERizon is here. what are our flagship initiatives, right? So number one, we're looking at the HERizon Africa Summit, mostly as very important that we get to have a common platform that connects the older generation with the younger generation, where conversations can be had, where mentorship can be done, where direct socialization can go on. And this is what we are promising at the HERizon Africa Summit come 2026 in March. We're hoping that each one of you will rally around the summit this year. Next year is going to happen in Ghana. And we're going to actually, you're going to see a lot of, we're going to make noise about it after the launch. We're going to be putting things together. And so just keep your eyes focused on the things that we're about to do, the summit. And we're going to have people from all across the continent, because our joy and our reason for being here is to be able to connect one woman somewhere in Ghana to another person somewhere in Nairobi, that they are able to collaborate and build a solution for a problem that exists on the continent of Africa. If that happens, then our duty and our work is getting close to being done. HERizon Africa Index. I mentioned the report from the global report from the World Economic Forum. One of the things that we want to do as a Pan-African community is the fact that we want to also start doing data, preparing data, a research data that we'll talk about, but this one is going to be specifically for Africa, and it's going to be country specific, where we know where the lapses are within various countries. In Rwanda, what are the lapses as far as gender parity is concerned? Which sectors are lacking? Which ones are doing well? What can we learn from the sectors that are doing well? And these are some of the things that we hope to do. So it's a tracking framework for gender parity across the continent. Number three, Cycling Scholars, right? The Cycling Scholars Foundation is such an exciting, everything here is exciting. If you're a woman here and you cannot ride a bicycle, please go and start rehearsing one, because we're going to need it for this particular initiative. Now, the Cycling Scholars is a unique fundraising model HERizon Africa has come up with to be able to raise funds through cycling to solve a pressing need in the educational sector. So as a foundational aspect of HERizon Africa, it's more like the non-profit aspect. And what we're doing is that we're going to be riding our bicycles, cycling in order to raise funds. And these funds that we raise are going directly into solving pressing issues in the educational sector, maybe in Kenya, in Ghana. So every one of our chapters, HERizon Africa, Uganda chapter, will have a cycling club. And so within the cycling club, those things are going to be done, and the funds that are raised are going to be used to target pressing issues in education right there in Uganda. And that's how we're going to do it. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to be sharing more about it with time. HERizon Magazine. Now, we talked about being able to, galvanize the legacies of African women. How do we do it if we do not document them? WestlionCo already launched what we call the 35 and the 35. Matter of fact, the 2025 cohort, we are almost through with the selection. We've gone through the nomination phase. We've gone through the interview phase. Currently, we are going through the final phase with the global screening board. And what is happening is that we are selecting women across the continent who are doing phenomenal stuff, and their stories are being documented and being kept as a directory for Pan-African and global investors. And what we are doing is the fact that we want Pan-African investors, global investors, to see what young people across the continent are doing. If you missed out on the nominations this year, please do not miss out next year. Of course, there's a lot that the magazine will cover as well, apart from these stories. Let me just quickly. Apart from the flagship initiatives I've mentioned, there are other things we're going to do. We have HERizon Dialogues. We're going to be having monthly dialogues, webinars, talking about very important things. And we're going to be having networking events that's going to be chapter-based, HERizon Fellowship. HERizon Fellowship is something that we should all look forward to. It's going to be open to the Pan-African community, where we have fellowships based on certain specifics, or it can actually be general. We're going to have HERizon mentorship as well as a few other things. So please, let's watch out for that. Oh my goodness, I'm just so much honored. This is our Global Advisory Council members at the moment. We have Dr. Kalkedan Isaias, who's from Ethiopia. She already spoke. We have Ohenewa Sechibekwin, who is a finance and development consultant. She's been a mentor of mine for many years. Anytime I have an idea, she's one of the first people I run it by, always supporting me. Sometimes she will pinch me and say, well, do this and all that. But these are the women who gradually shapes some of us in the secret place. Ariel Molino, all the way from Kenya, amazing woman. She's actually the chief convener for Pollinate Impact. Very, very excited about this initiative. And wherever you are, I want us to give a virtual applause to our global advisory members. They have been phenomenal. And I want to take this opportunity to say a very big thank you. The current team that we have, and so you can see myself with my beautiful smile. It's amazing that we are all smiling here. Oh, what a team. I see myself smiling. Look at those teeth. Wow. As a global lead. And then we have Jessica Q, who is a chapter lead for the diaspora. You've already heard her voice. She introduced herself earlier, doing amazing things in the space currently. And then we have Denise Kiozira herself, who is a chapter lead for Uganda. Thank you so much, ladies, for sticking and staying with me. Along the lines, we're going to have a lot of other people join the chapter lead, right? Membership essential. So HERizon Africa is actually membership based. And we have membership tiers because one of the things that we're obviously going to do is that people in the legacy membership are going to be doing a lot more of mentoring of those in the associate membership category. So we have the legacy members. These are women leaders, icons across the continents who have been through it all. I mean, they have done a lot of work, 20 years of work and all that. And these are the women who are going to be captured within the legacy membership category. We have the professional members who maybe from people within from 3 years to about 10 years of their professional career, they are going to be covered within the professional membership category. And then we have the associate members. Who are these associate members? Particularly for students, because of course, anytime you are building an initiative, you should have the next generation in mind. And so this category belongs to students, and then just very early level career professionals, like 1 year in their career, 2 years in their career, they belong to the associate membership category. And then we have the final one, which is institutional membership. If you are here and you represent an organization and you want to partner with HERizon Africa for some of these brilliant initiatives we have just mentioned, please reach out to us. It makes you an institutional member. And then how is membership done? What is the membership process, right? First of all, you visit our website. I'm going to share the website link with all of us, and then you fill the membership form. On the membership form, you're going to indicate which country you are registering from. Once you do that registration, you will receive an email from us, and then based on the country you chose, your country chapter lead will reach out to you, and then officially you become a member of HERizon Africa. It's as simple as it gets. Now, I'm almost ending. This is like the last slide before I go to the contact details. Now, this particular quote, I want to say something about this quote. You can read it with me wherever you are. It says, every woman who steps forward with an idea, a dream, or a solution becomes part of the architecture of Africa's progress. Each courageous decision brings us one step closer to the Africa we imagine. Now, I got this quote from something that happened briefly some years ago. Now, I have a big sister. Those of you who follow me, those of you who don't, some are new here and all that, you know that I have a big sister called Jay. Now, Jay wasn't able to go to the university due to a few things. I remember somewhere last 2 years, we were having a conversation. She's a teacher by profession. She's been teaching since she was 17. And she said to me, Gifty, I think that, so we're talking, and I said, you're good with kids. She's so brilliant. Give her someone who knows nothing, give her 4 months, and she has what it takes to transform that little boy or girl from knowing nothing to becoming something that you wouldn't even recognize. She has that gift, and she's been nurturing it for years. And I said, listen, you're so good with children. Now, what is it that you want to do? And my big sister was like, oh, she's actually looking at going into child psychology. And this is what happened. So fast forward, she began to think, she was like, if I stay, my years are going to increase. If I'm 32 now, if I stay the next 4 years, I'm going to be 36. If I enroll in school the next 4 years, I'm still going to be 36. Come on, let me just enroll. So she enrolled in the university. As we talk now, she's actually at her third level. I didn't even make a first class in school, and she has maintained the first class right from level 100 till now, even as a working class professional. Now, this is where the story gets juicy. She has particular friends she moves it with. One is a nail technician. The other is a business lady, Georgette. I don't know if you're on this call, but if they are here, they will hear their story. Now, immediately she enrolled from the first year, the second year. This is what happened to those ladies. All these ladies had even closed their minds. They were not going to school. I'm a nail technician. I'm this. They all didn't make it to the university. It didn't matter now. Time is gone. But immediately she took that step. The nail technician said, listen, I'm going to enroll as well. As we talk, she's already a student in the University of Ghana. As we talk, the other one in business has also enrolled. Now, this quote, which says that anytime a woman becomes bold enough to take a step forward, she influences her circle, not just her circle. The people beyond her circle are also influenced as well, because the people within the circle of her friends who have also, just settled, suddenly see these friends making new strides, and they say, we're going to go for it. Wherever you are, let this story actually energize you. Take that little bold step as a woman. And one of the things I want you to keep in mind, every single day you take a bold step, you are actually helping the entire world close the gender parity gap. These are going to be our contact stuff. We're going to share them with you via email, via our subscription forms and all that. And so please, you can take the details, but then we'll send them to you. I would want to officially say that thank you so much for listening to me right from the beginning till now. My name once again is Gifty Boatema, and I am honored to be the global lead for HERizon Africa. Together, I know that we will do everything to accelerate the pace of women. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let us applaud Gifty in wherever we are virtually. She has done amazing to introduce HERizon Africa to us. And the whole time she was speaking, I just felt like, yeah, this is where I'm meant to be. And I'm grateful that, God is amazing in his own ways, that he knew that at a time such as this, we would be here on this call today. So like Dr. Kalkiden said, an African woman has a community behind her for her to excel. And just to add on to Gifty, she mentioned something very, very important at the end, where she said that each time you wake up as a woman, remember that that bold step, that bold decision, that bold action is leading to something. It's going to impact more and more. It's no longer just about you, but the people around you. So thank you so much, Gifty. I'm going to open the floor up to the audience for reflections and their input. Feel free just to confirm if the chat is open now before. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing something in the Q&A. Are there any financial obligations as members, any dues, membership fees? I think Gifty, you can answer this. It's what I'm seeing so far in the Q&A section. Feel free to raise your hand as well. If you have any reflections, any input from the two presentations that we have had, the keynote speech and Gifty's presentation.
Hey, Denise, you were asking if there are any financial obligations for joining the network. Yes, definitely there's going to be. And so we're going to communicate it along the lines, if they don't mind. Okay.
Oh, all right then. No problem. Anything else from our audience or not yet? In case we don't have anything, I would love to move on to the next speaker who is on the call, and this is Ohenewa. She is an accomplished financial services expert with over 20 years of experience, primarily in banking and finance, having held leadership roles in both commercial and investment banking in Ghana and the UK. She has previously served as a project consultant at Niche Cocoa Industries and as a consulting partner with Altus Wealth Ghana Limited. She played a key role in the transformation of Union Savings and Loans Company into a universal bank, where she helped set up various systems, developed a comprehensive corporate banking strategy, and introduced innovative products and services. She's a pioneering member of Fidelity Bank Ghana, where she held multiple management positions and was instrumental in establishing the commercial banking unit, as well as developing various retail and SME products. Wow, what a profile. I could read on and on, but we are grateful to have you here, and we are happy to learn a thing or two from you today in your remarks. Thank you so much. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really grateful and deeply inspired by the mission. And I'm amazed at what lies ahead. The future looks really good. The power in this virtual room is amazing. And I'm actually looking forward to when we meet in person, how much power that we would radiate. So allow me to share a quotation from a research that I was doing. I came across this that says that talent has no gender, dreams have no limits, and leadership should have no boundaries. You know, when women are empowered, and Dr. Kakadan said it, societies transform. And when women support one another, incredible things really do happen. So I am here to do what I do best, to listen, to collaborate, to help build systems and opportunities that allow women not just to succeed, but also really excel in whatever endeavor they choose to go into. So we will continue to amplify women's voices. We will continue to support initiatives that power the next generation of female leaders. We will encourage creativity. We will celebrate ambitions, and we'll make room for bold ideas that really drive progress. So I am excited about the journey ahead. And as I mentioned, I am inspired by the strength in the room. We will continue to share. We'll continue to create a world where every woman, even the youngest girl with the smallest dream, can see herself reflect in positions of power, influence, and success. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I look forward to the future. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And definitely we shall be reaching to the women, to the girls, even the youngest girl. I love that. I'm going to invite Dr. Kalkiden once again to give her remarks and maybe parting shots. She was our first speaker today. She gave the keynote speech and she's been introduced. Her profile was read by my moderator, Jessica. So once again, Doctor, you are warmly welcome, and we are happy to have you on the advisory council. I know you're going to just do wonders and wonders in the girl child's life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here to give a keynote speech for the launching, and it was also a very nice presentation by Miss Gifty. So HERizon Africa is here to change the narration, to bring the successful woman on board, to be a role model, to change our story, the distorted story, into the right one, to show the bright side of the woman, and to show the power of women, and how the leadership will be balanced when women are, come together, united, and when we are together, our voice can be heard, our influence can be magnified, and our impact will be on another level. So I'm really happy to be here. If you have anything to ask or anything to compliment, we are here. But today, that's a great day for all of us because our ideas change to action. This is the first step. This is the first kickoff for the next move. Most of the time, we are thinking different issues, but we fail to do. We fail to make into action. The big credit should go to Miss Gifty because she's the one taking the initiative, bringing the advisory board together, designing the program and all the initiatives. We are here just to give some advice or some direction, but starting from now and on, this platform is not only for Gifty, for all Africans across the board. Where we need not only we saw the chapter leaders from Uganda and other countries, but we need to have more chapter leaders across Africa. We need to have representative. We need to have the people who really support the vision. Now we are here to share our vision, to stand the people along with us, to give their expertise, to show the direction, and to bring a collective impact and synergy. So I call upon everyone to be part of this movement. It's not about Gifty. It's all about us. It's all about the next generation. We are here to change the narrative. I know the road will not be easy, but we can because we did a lot of things and we can do even better than the previous one. So it's a really a wonderful day. We need to celebrate no matter the number of participants, no matter the issues that we raised for the very beginning. This discussion shall be continued. Of course, it will continue. We are designing different programs, strategies, how we can make tangible, how we can make a tangible change, and the narration can be, become bright. So this will be done if there is a support from every one of us. We need to uplift each other. We need to give advice, and we need to collaborate together. Unity is the most critical things in this platform, in this network. This is a volunteer network, but we are volunteering for ourselves. We are working for ourselves. Nobody come and do something for us. We need to be at the front. We need to confront, and we need to show the direction for the next generation. At least the coming generation deserve the better environment. The next generation deserve the better narration. Now we are here to write a new narration, and this is the biggest day for African women that they start the journey for the next level. So I would like to say thank you all for all initiative, for your time, for your energy, for your courage. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so, so much. Thank you for being so generous with your words and your remarks. I am amazed and excited for where HERizon is going. I would love to invite back Gifty to share her remarks as well.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Kalkadan Ohinewa. That was amazing as well. Great, great, great. I'm actually excited. As you can see, I'm actually beaming with excitement today. We have been talking about HERizon. We have been preparing for it. And the best we can hope for is that the entire continent will support us. People across the continent, everywhere, will be a part of it, will see it as their own. And one of the things I do not want you thinking is that HERizon, Gifty is the global lead for HERizon until no. It belongs to each and every one of us. If you're a man here, let your wife sign up to be a member. Sign her up. If you're a man here, sign your niece up. If it doesn't matter, I don't know. Every single person on the continent and in the diaspora belongs here. And if you are in any part of Africa and you want to join, please do not hesitate to reach out. We're going to share, like I said, our websites and all that. Denise is always available. Jessica is always available. Myself, I'm always available to assist with anything. You're going to see a lot of communiques from us. And so we're not just going to vanish from the scene right after the launch. It is time, once you have supported us with the launch, it's time to push forward. And we want to make you a promise that we are not going to relent. Whatever it takes to close this gap that we have, we are going to do this together. Once again, I want to say thank you. I will take this opportunity to actually officially introduce the chapter leads as well. You have had over the course of oh my goodness, look at them, so pretty. Over the course of the launch, we have had Jessica and Denise doing some kind of brilliant moderation. And these are our first chapter leads that we have. I introduced to you Denise Kiozira, all the way from Uganda. Denise, can you give them a special wave? Great, 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 great. And then we have Jessica. Her surname sometimes I do not want to pronounce it, so we'll leave it at Q. Okay, Jessica Q. So Jessie, all the way, she represents the diaspora as well as chapter leads. But just in a bit, I want to ask a question to both of you, okay? Because if anyone is on this call and they're in any part of Africa and they want to become chapter leads, I want you to give them a reason why they should step forward. What does it mean to be a chapter lead for HERizon Africa? Just briefly from both of you, because these are like our last engagement before we go. Yeah. Denise, you can go first.
I was smiling at Jessica to say she's going first. An encouragement to someone out there. Growing up, I always believed in not being average. And when opportunity comes, or when you see opportunity, go for it. When you see that I can do something here, I can impact, I can change, go for it. Sometimes women, we are considered the weaker sex because we, overthink things, or we never apply for certain opportunities because you feel like, no, the man is going to go before me. He has more qualifications. But well, here we are. It's just a space for ladies. So please show up and come do your best. There's nothing like imposter syndrome. Your country needs you. You do not know what your voice can do to change the lives of the women around you. And it's more like a small seed is sown, then it spreads to other people. So it's not just about you. You're going to impact two, then those two will impact five. So it's just going to be a whole line of growth for different women. So take it up, come join us, join the party, the purple and white. We are cool like that. And I'm really excited, very, very
Thank you,
excited.
Denise. Wow, she said your country needs you. I think that's the line you're going to have to hang on your neck at this point. Your country needs you wherever you are. Can we hear from Jessica as well?
Yes, yes. Your country needs you, so we need a poster, right? HERizon. So my hope is that I think all women And I think in all that we do, we can live, with something that has a purpose or a mission-driven, impactful part of how we can create something meaningful in the world. So just to be part of something that is bigger than yourself is always a great place to start. I think being part of HERizon will allow you to be a mentor, to be a mentee, to build really strong connections and partnerships, and most importantly, to stay connected to the continent's progress. I think those would be my final words.
Most importantly, to stay connected to the continent's progress. This is amazing. Look at these chapter leads. They know exactly what they're about. They've thrown you a bone wherever you are, whether you are in Botswana, you are in Kenya, you are in South Africa. Please, let's do this together. I want to say a very, very big thank you. And I would end my talk here. I'll hand over to the moderators. Thank you.
Are you on, Denise? So I think we're closing, right?
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, thank you to everybody who was here today, connected online. We thank you to our wonderful speakers. We thank you for the keynotes, for the incredible words, for the wisdom shared, and also for the beginning of something new and exciting. It was not just the beginning. There's going to be much more to come. And I think I speak on behalf of Denise when I say that, we're going to be building this together across the countries, across sectors, across the continent. So, Denise, if you have any final words, we'd love to hear it. But I want to say thank you to everybody here today.
All right. Thank you. Thank you once again for taking off the time. I believe in each person makes a decision and says, okay, this is something worth my while. So let me tune in and listen. So I hope you have picked a thing or two. Our social media pages are active. Please do follow us on social media, HERizon Africa. Say some nice things, reach out. Contact details are on our social media pages as well. So do reach out, ask questions, get in touch. Like I mentioned, your country needs you. So step up, answer the call. Thank you so much.
All right, you're all. Thank you so much, Denise. Thank you, Jessica. I want to say a special thanks to our Global Advisory Council members, Dr. Kalkedan, Ohinewa Sechi the Queen, Ariel couldn't make it. She had an emergency and she had to go. But I want to say a very big thank you to her as well. Like Denise rightly said, follow us on all our socials. Be a part of what we are doing. If you see a post from us, react, comment, share with other people, and so that together we can build a bigger community. I do not think there's anything we've left out. And so at this point, I want to say thank you, and HERizon Africa is officially launched. Thank you for being a part of a big movement. Woo, 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 woo. We are officially launched.
Let's celebrate.
Celebrated. We need a champagne at this point. Yes. And so now we can go.
Cheers from here.
I see Ohinewa, I see Dr. Kalkedan. We are all excited. And please, everything that we are coming up with, the initiatives we mentioned, we are launched. And so we have been given the green light and we can start all those things. Please be a part of something big. Are we good? Are my Global Advisory Council members going to say anything to just close us now that we're officially launched?
Yeah, so I'll go first. We are looking forward to the initiatives. And like I always say, action is the way to go. We cannot sit down and not take action. So let's put the initiatives together and let's implement all of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ohinewa. Action is the way to go, and action is the way we are going. Thank you so much, Ohinewa, for all the support. Dr. Kalkedan, your final words, and then our moderators will close us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really excited because HERizon Africa is officially launched. We need to say together. So this is we need to set small steps. We don't have to expect something big. When we celebrate small things, the bigger will come. So we are doing the first step. Congratulations for everyone. Now the journey has started. Together we can go far. So I call up everyone. Now I can see 26 people here, but the upcoming meeting would be 100, 200. The number should increase according to the session. We need more people. We need the people who already there in the launching ceremony. So the momentum should be high, and let's keep that momentum. Let's always do an effort. A small action will bring a big impact. So don't undermine the small action. We can be accommodated through it. So I'm excited and congratulations for us. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We need to celebrate little steps, and as small as this step looks like, wherever you are, you can grab a bottle of champagne, celebrate on behalf of HERizon Africa. All right. And that's basically what it is. Oh my goodness. I see the bottle of water. That is great. So wherever you are, you can do that. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this beginning, the beginning of something great. On behalf of HERizon, I would say thank you, and our moderators will close us.
All right. So thank you once again. Thank you everyone who has been able to attend. Feel free to share the knowledge that you have got here far and wide, because you didn't pick something for yourself. Go out, share, tweet, status, whatever you have learned. Tag us on our social media platforms, follow us for more information, and stay tuned. So much is coming. Thank you.
Bye-bye.